I'm sure everyone's familiar with the achievement, a seedy placement. Well, that's what I'm getting today in TraderCraft. Alright, I got a seedy placement. I guess that's it for this video. Just kidding. Well, obviously that's not all I'm doing in this video. I'm going to plant 100 of each seed. Now, sweet berries and glowberries are not crops. I don't care what you say, but they are not. So, we have the wheat seed as one to grow, a pumpkin seed, a melon seed, a beetroot seed, a potato, and a carrot. Sweet berries are not things that I'm growing. Same thing with glowberries. The only reason why is because they don't require farmland and water. I just think that makes it unworthy. This actually took way longer than I thought it would be, so please consider subscribing. So, Farmer updated the trade center again, and it shows trades for ores and stuff. If you're wondering why there's a fifth sign where the players are, well, long story short, we added a person, but he doesn't have a YouTube channel or a filming client, so he couldn't necessarily play the game. So he was just a shopkeeper with Farmer. So he had to have op for it, and then he kind of abused it, and so Farmer de-opped him. I wanted to build a house first before I started on my big project, so I built one, and it turned out quite nice. So I moved in. I moved out all my stuff from the little cave and just got settled. I then got myself some iron to make a bucket. I filled it up and made a easier infinite water source supply more near my base. Then I started my journey. I went to the trade center and asked for a melon seed from Farmer, and he said 3 iron, which was really expensive, but I was desperate. So I gave him my iron, and he gave me my seed. Probably the most fairest trade in history. So I planted my first melon. I then got to work on my pumpkin one, then my wheat one, and they were going quite well. Then I filled out the entire wheat farm. Then I started working on a second story for the wheat farm. I counted that 20 seeds could be planted on one floor. So if I did 5, I would get 100. 5 stories would get me 100 seeds of that type of seed.
My melon was taking too long to grow, so I sped up the process with bone meal. I gathered up wheat seeds for the farm, just so that I can speed up the process a little bit. I then went to the trade center to get potatoes, carrots, and beetroot for my farm. He said that it had to be an ore, so I had to give him coal, because I had no other ore. He then finally came out and gave me my stuff. But he gave me a beetroot, and I did not realize that till later, instead of beetroot seed. I went back and got my beetroot seed, but he kept on joking around and throwing it up in the air and until he accidentally missed. So that was good. I finally got it. Some pumpkins grew, so I got those and made them into pumpkin seeds and planted more pumpkins. And it was full, so I needed to start on the second story for the pumpkin farm. But then Farmer decided to jump on one of my things, which annoys me very much. And the second floor of the wheat farm completed. And about time that pumpkins grew, so I could start on the second floor of the pumpkin farm. I had to add a layer around the main area for the pumpkin farm on the second floor so that the pumpkins could grow somewhere. Some potatoes finally grew, and I got even further with the potato farm. I also then started working on the third story of the wheat farm. Also, my melon finally grew. I was so happy. And by the way, farmer, if you're watching this, can I get a refund because it took so long to grow? I also then made the third story to the pumpkin farm because my pumpkins were growing pretty well. But of course my wheat seeds were like, no, we are fast, and we will beat the pumpkins to the 5th story, so they went to the 4th story. But the pumpkins were not done yet. So they had 3 more seeds left to send to the 4th story. Dramatic effects, insert here. So then the completion of planting seeds on the pumpkin farm on the 4th story. Now both of the wheat seeds and the pumpkin seeds were on the 4th floor. Almost to the 5th. Almost done. I then logged on the next day to a surprise. Someone has destroyed my base. The sign there said, "Have fun fixing this." But I first wanted to check out the damage. First, they got rid of my whole carrot farm, so I had to get new carrots. Second, they got rid of all my potatoes, so I had to get more potatoes as well. And they also destroyed quite a bit of my wheat farm and some of my pumpkin farm. although some melons did grow, so I was pretty happy about that because they thrived last time. But now I had bigger concerns. I was going to figure out who did this, and I was going to get revenge. Or at least I wanted to know who it was. So it could be Sinister, the one who just barely joined, but he's kind of trapped in the trade center. It could be Farmer, but I heard that he was sick basically all week, so he didn't really have a whole lot of time to do stuff because he was probably just chilling on the couch watching TV most of the time. Next, we had Swiggy and King. It had to be one of those two. I just knew it. But I didn't know which one. So I was going to figure that out. I also then repaired most of the farm, except for obviously the carrot and the potatoes. So I had to find a farm at a village, or I had to trade at the trade center again. But I don't think I could afford it because I really haven't been going off mining for ore a whole lot. But whatever. I was just gonna find the village. I also then left a message for whoever did it. And I sent it on the Discord chat that we have. I put this in for whoever did it. And then I also added a sign next to it saying, P.S. Don't think I'm coming for you. And then I sent a picture of it to the Discord chat that we have, just so whoever did it knows that I am coming for them, and I will get revenge. I continued on with my daily life, and I built the 5th floor to the wheat farm, so that was it. And also, I was about to make the 5th floor to the pumpkin farm, because it was also pretty much ready. And the pumpkin farm is done. 100 seeds of pumpkin planted. Yay! When I'm done with this, I'm gonna have no problems finding food at all. But hey, now I'm doing the 2nd floor to the melon farm, so that's great. And now I'm planting all the melon seeds. Oh wait, oops, I missed. Wait, what's going on? Okay, that was very weird. I lost my melon seed. Great. Oh, I'm so pro. Farmer logged on again, so I was going to see how much was a new carrot and a new potato, because I needed to get those farms going. He said that he felt bad for me, so he was going to give me the carrot and the potato for free, because someone ruined it, and I already paid the price. And hey, farmer, If you're watching this, can I please get a refund on that melon? And I was about finished with the beetroot farm on the second layer. And I stick the landing totally again. And I have finished the wheat farm! Woohoo! Well, so there goes my potato. Well, so farmer's already gone, so I guess I gotta figure out another way to get new potatoes. So I guess that leaves me with a village. Once I was done fixing it, Swiggy came up to me in full diamond and asked me to follow him to a cave where he found apparently all the diamonds, but it was more of a trap. But he said it wasn't, and he didn't mean to do that. But anyway, this was very suspicious. Like, how could you get full diamond within a day? I mean, I get you can, but I mean, still. That's a little bit suspicious. There was like absolutely nothing in the cave. It went down to bedrock, and apparently for some reason the server was in 1.17 instead of 18, which was very weird. But there's absolutely nothing down there. Either he dried it out or he used X-ray. King also came up to me with full diamond, which was also very suspicious. They were like teaming or something. That's when I had an idea. They both destroyed my base. And not only that, they may also both be using hacks. King knew where a village was, so he promised to show me, so he led me there. And I collected a potato! Well, more than one, but potatoes! Yay! Wait, hold on. Can you play that again? Yeah, he totally wasn't using hacks. Definitely not. I exposed them, but there wasn't really much else to see after that, except for me getting murdered by all these different mobs at the same time. And I lost all my stuff, aka losing my stone hoe. I eventually rebuilt my house. It ended up pretty nice. And then I eventually finished the last farm. And now I had a whole ton of food that I could eat on a daily basis. And I finished. And then I realized that my carrot farm was 1 block longer and whatever, I guess. No wonder why it took so long to grow. Oh yes, beautiful it is.